It was true what you said to me. The life in the city is unbelievable. Had to struggle just to get by every day.
Last week on Travel with Ease, we were discussing that now that you've gotten your international passport, I was congratulating people that are making moves in getting that, and also people that have gotten their international passport, maybe 32 leaves or 64 leaves. So we say congratulations to you. And we talked about now that you've gotten your international passport, what are those things you need to do? And then we look at the travel guides and a whole lot of things, why you need to make what we call research before you go to your next destination. And last week before I go, I was promising you that we are going to discuss a whole lot on visa today, and that is what I've come for to you today on Travel with Ease. We'll be discussing all about visas, and we know that visas is what will give you an entrance to your country of destinations. And on this series on Travel with Ease, we are looking at you taking your adventure beyond the shores of Nigeria, exploring the African countries. And it's still Travel with Ease. Call everyone, because right about now, when I come back from this musical break, we shall dive into it proper on Travel with Ease, your education in travel simplified.
Hello, Daddy, how you doing? Hope Mama's doing okay. Been 4 years and 11 months now. Hello, it was true what you said to me. The life in the city is unbelievable. Had to struggle just to get by every day, and I could barely find my way. Ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ pé mo lè ṣìnà. Ó dá mi lójú. Mo rí pé ayé lè ṣòro. Forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me.
Alright, it's still Travel with Ease, your education in travel simplified, and we are looking at visa. What is visa? Visa is something you will need to enter your destination country. And I would say that visa is a required means that prior to travel, you must apply for a visa. And these may require filling out forms, providing documents, and paying fees. And it must be completed and approved prior to your departure. Now, everyone just see visa in that angle. And also, we have different kinds of visa. And that is what we'll be discussing today, different kinds of visa. Now, we have visa free. When they say something is visa free, what does that mean? The word, you've been hearing it, that we have countries you can travel to. You hear everyone saying it, visa free country, and you want to go there, and you don't know what visa free it's all about. So I will be telling you what visa free means. So visa free means that you can travel to the destination country without the need for a travel visa. In such cases, only your valid passport is required for entry and exit purposes. So if they say that it is visa free, does not mean you do not need your international passport. It does not mean you do not need your Nigerian passport. You need it, even if it is a visa free country. And we also have what we call the electronic visa. Now, the e-visa is a digital alternative to the conventional visa, and it's obtained by an embassy. Online submission of your personal information is needed. Payment is still required, and applicants may be subjected to further questionnaires and interviews. Now, once this e-visa is approved, the e-visa is required at immigration checkpoint for verification, and that is what electronic visa means. And we also have another form of e-visa. This one is a simplified online visa application. This one required your submission of relevant personal information according to payment. And this kind of e-visa is issued within 3 days. You can see that there's difference between the first e-visa I mentioned and the second one. This one can be issued within 3 days. That one is a simplified online visa. And we have what we call the electronic visa. Now, it depends on the kind of visa you are going for. Now, the next visa I'll be looking at is a visa on arrival. What does visa on arrival mean? So let's take a moment. When we come back, we shall actually go into what visa on arrival means and the country that will give you something like that. It's still Travel with Ease, your education in travel simplified on JDN Radio 101.5 FM.
My bags, I'm leaving town. I bought a one-way ticket, I ain't coming back. It's goodbye friends and goodbye folks. I'm heading for the city and that's my home. Mama, please don't cry. Say I can stay. Don't ask me why.
Welcome back. It's still Travel with Ease, your education in travel simplified on JDN Radio 101.5 FM. And before we go on the musical break, I was saying something on visa on arrival. What does it mean? Visa on arrival means that you must obtain a visa in order to enter your destination country, but it can be obtained upon arrival at the designated border checkpoint, and it will require a fee payment by you. So for even if it's visa on arrival or visa free, it will still involve some payments. Now let's look at what we call free visa on arrival. Free visa on arrival. What does this mean? It means that you may obtain a visa in order to enter the destination country, but it can be obtained upon arrival and it's provided free of charge. Now, if you are trying to, explore beyond the shores of Nigeria, you want to take your adventure beyond the shores of Nigeria, you can try any of these, and we have places you can get all this information. And we also have what we call a tourist card. A tourist card. Now, a tourist card is an on-site registration issued to a tourist for a stated period of time in lieu of a passport or a visa, and is obtained upon arrival. If you are going for a tourist card in a particular place, you would have applied for that, and once you get to the checkpoint or designated embassy, you would be given that. And we also have what we call an electronic travel authorization, ETA, an electronic travel authorization, ETA. Now, ETA is an entry requirement for visa exempt foreign nationals. Now, an ETA is a type of registration which is electronically linked to a traveler's passport. This is linked to a traveler's passport. Now, I will be giving you visa-free access destination, visa on arrivals, and countries with ETAs. Those are the countries I'll be mentioning on the program once I come back from this break. Let's take a moment.
And goodbye, mama. Please don't cry. Say I can stay. Don't ask me why. I've got no money, just hopes and dreams. I'm gonna find my destiny. I had about life.
Still Travel with Ease on JDN Radio 101.5 FM that comes on here every Wednesday 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. And you know how we do it? We give you tips on travels, and this series we are looking at you taking your travel beyond the shores of Nigeria, exploring the African countries. And right before the break, I was saying something that if you want to visit a country that is visa free, I will be giving you their names right now. So, of visa-free access destination countries, the first country I will be calling out is Barbados. You can visit Barbados. Barbados is a visa-free country that offer you visa-free for 180 days. Barbados. It's a country you can visit that is outside the shores of Nigeria if you want to take your adventure to another new level. And another country you can visit is Burkina Faso. You can visit Burkina Faso. It's a country that is visa free, and once you get there at the border, you can always get your visa for free at the embassy. But I told you that for you to get to your destination country, you need your Nigerian international passport to do that. And another country you can visit is Burundi. Burundi. You've been thinking that where would you take your travel destinations to? So why not try Burundi? And we have Cote d'Ivoire. We have Cote d'Ivoire. You can visit Cote d'Ivoire. And we have what we call the Cook's Island. It's still in the African part of Nigeria, African part. Cote d'Ivoire, the Cook's Island. And we have Cameroon. Everybody knows Cameroon. Footballers know Cameroon is a country that you know that you can visit. And we have the Fiji Island. You can visit the Fiji Island. It's an island. It's a beautiful places. You know, still on the series, we'll pick those beautiful places you can visit, that vistas you can visit in all those places that will give you a good experience of what it's like to travel out of the shores of Nigeria, to experience something that is quite different and open your mind to great things and learn great things. And we also have another country you can visit that is visa free. We have Gambia. Gambia is part of a country you can visit. We have Kenya. You can visit Kenya. They are part of countries that are visa free destination, and they give you this visa upon arrival. And some of them offer what we call the electronic travel authorization. Do not forget the program is Still Travel with Ease, your education and travel simplified. Let's take a moment.
Gonna drive a big old fancy car and fly my own plane all across this world. And when it's time is right, I find myself a girl. I had about life in the city, so that's where all dreams come true. I'm gonna work hard in the city, so wish me well.
It's Still Travel with Ease, your education and travel simplified on JDN Radio 101.5 FM, and we are looking at visa-free countries that you can visit in Africa if you want to still take your adventure beyond the shores of Nigeria. So, the countries you can visit, I've mentioned Cameroon, and their visa days. And we have the Fiji Island that I mentioned. Is a visa-free country, and you can stay in that country for 120 days. You can see that you will still have enough time to, to explore, to know more about these particular places. You can open your minds to great things, learn great things. And we have the Gambia. You can visit the Gambia. You can visit Gambia and stay there for 90 days, visa-free for 90 days. And we have Guinea. Guinea-Bissau is visa-free. The time you want to stay does not really matter, but it is visa-free. We have Guinea is visa-free. We have Haiti. Haiti is an African country you can visit. You can stay in that country for 90 days. You can stay there for 90 days. You can see that even without you having much, but the most important thing is that you must get your Nigerian international passport for you to be able to explore, to see a whole lot of things. Open your mind to great things. Like I said, for every information given, you still need people to still put you through one or two things, because for you to apply for all this vision is good, doing your research is good, but upon giving you all this information, I'll still let you know that you still need help in some cases so that you have a hassle-free travel. And that is why we have Travel with Ease on JDN Radio 101.5 FM.
And goodbye, mama. Please don't cry. Say I can stay. Don't ask me why. I've got no money, just hopes and dreams. I'm gonna find my destiny. I had about life in the city. Said that's where all dreams come true.
It's still Travel with Ease on JDN Radio 101.5 FM, and we are giving you countries that offer visa-free, visa on arrival, that offers electronic travel authorization, ETAs, upon your arrival. So I've been giving out those countries that you can visit, and part of those countries is the Kiribati. It's a visa-free country. It's an African country, and you can stay there for 90 days. And also we have another country you can visit. You have Liberia. Liberia is visa-free. You can stay as long as they've given you the days upon your arrival into that country. And we also have Mali. You can visit Mali. And all these countries I'm mentioning, you can visit them once you have your electronic passports, the international passport, the passports that we have now, the electronic passport. You can visit all this country. And we also have this country, Micronesia, is an African country. You can visit that country and stay there for a whole 30 days. You can stay there for a whole 30 days. And we have Niger. You can stay there. It's a visa-free country. Upon your arrival, you'll be given how many days you will be staying. If you are staying there for a month, a year. And then we have the country called Rwanda. Rwanda, you can stay in Rwanda for 30 days. And we have St. Kitts and Nevis. It's another African country. And you can stay there for 90 days. It's a visa-free country. A country you can stay. And we have this country, Samoa. Samoa is... we give you visa on arrival. They give you visa on arrival, and you can stay in that country for 90 days. So we are going to call it, we are going to stop here for today for visa-free countries, and those countries that offered visa on arrival. We still have more of this country you can explore, and part of that we have Senegal, we have Sierra Leone. You're planning to just explore African countries with your Nigerian international passport. You can decide to go to Togo. Togo is a visa-free country, and we have the Vanuatu. Vanuatu is another country that you can stay for 120 days. You can stay there for 120 days just to explore the beauty of Africa, to see something different from what you've been seeing in Nigeria. You can always explore all those countries with your Nigerian international passport. Like I said, that obtaining the passport is as easy as going to the Nigerian Immigration Service website and apply for your international passport. After applying, book a date for your biometrics, and you know that your dates will be given and you will go for your capture. So right about now, it's almost 1 p.m. right now, and you know I would do it every 1 p.m. we have a World News from JDN Radio 101.5 FM. So after the World News, I will be back to the second segment, which is the book review segment on Travel with Ease, your education and travel simplified. Stay tuned and keep sticking to JDN Radio 101.5 FM.
Dreams come today. Say that's where all dreams come true.
Get ready, Nigeria. It's time to lift up your voice in praise, worship, and celebration as we welcome the most anticipated gospel event of the year, Judah Mega Praise Reloaded 2025. Judah Mega Praise.
Join us for an unforgettable night of praise and glory with electrifying performances from your favorite gospel artists.
Dr. Alabi, Ima Oh My God, BBO, Yetundare, Kayode Oyewole, EOB, Akbala Boys, Idowu Fabs, Shegu Johnson, Shade Taiwo, Bose Adewa, Shola Allison, Tosin Israel, Plain and Pleasure Band, Rebecca Afolabi, Boys Olorun, Ayo Ajewole Woliagba, Alibaba, Still Ringing, and many more. With special ministrations from Primate Ayo Dili Mama Bolare, Prophet Adui Asheki Kioro, Prophet Ruben Aikore, Prophet Israel Oladele Genesis. There will also be ministrations from CAC Center Choir, Redemption Center Choir, the Apostolic Center Choir, and the Celestial Center Choir, Cherubim and Seraphim Center Choir, and many more.
And guess what? Your chief host is none other than the iconic Dr. Yinka Ayefele Joel, MON. The man of praise himself.
Mark your calendars. Friday, January 31st, 2025. Venue, Liberty Stadium, Ibadan. Time, 6 p.m. until the break of dawn at 6 a.m. the next day.
Best of all, this life-changing experience is absolutely free. Yes, free.
Come, let's praise the King of Kings together for an extraordinary encounter with God.
For more information, call Babatumishe on 0807 999 5322 or Peter Beteru on 0705 883 9463. Judah Mega Praise Reloaded 2025, where heaven touches earth in praise. Don't miss it.
Ramadan oṣù kúkún láti máa jẹ fàáké lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run ìlà yìí ti dé ẹ̀já pọ̀ sún oore. Asalaamu alaikum mọ̀rẹ́ àbíkún Ramadan gbogbo múmìnì múmìnà lágbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ díìnì àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ àṣegbọrẹ ẹ̀ tara ṣàṣàkẹ́ ẹ̀nà sí wa ní iléeṣẹ́ rédíò JDN 101.5 FM #1 Church Street Òkè Àdó Ìbàdàn kẹwàá ṣe onígbàwọ̀ gbogbo ètò Ramadan lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan ìrun pípé wáàsí àsìgbàdégbà recitation from the glorious Quran àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ pè alága ìgbìmọ̀ Ramadan committee sórí nọ́mbà 08075000505 ó ti yẹ wá bọ́lọ̀ aládùúgbò kẹ́gbọ̀ tún oore Ramadan Kareem Ramadan Mubarak.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. Here is the world news. Today, Wednesday, 29th January 2025. Reaching you from JDN 101.5 FM, Joyce B. Road, Okeado, Ibadan. Broadcasting for all. I am Joy Akinlulu. First, the headlines. Refugees flee to Rwanda amid Congo conflict. Stampede at India's Mahakumbh Mela leaves multiple dead. Now the news in details. A massive influx of refugees surrendering Congolese soldiers and stranded truckers have flooded the Rwandan border seeking safety after rebels captured the nearby city of Goma. The sound of gunfire and explosions could be heard from Goma, prompting a desperate exodus of people from the conflict zone. As Rwanda began admitting them, many refugees expressed relief and gratitude, with some holding their hands aloft in thanks as they cross the border. Rwandan Regional Ambassador Vincent Kiraga stated that 102 Congolese soldiers have crossed into Rwanda and will be disarmed, registered, and treated like other refugees. The UN Refugee Agency reports that Congolese citizens account for over 56% of the 114,461 refugees in Rwanda as of November, highlighting the ongoing humanitarian crisis in the region. A devastating stampede has occurred at the Mahakuba Mela, a major Hindu festival, with at least 7 people losing their lives and around 10 others seriously injured. The tragedy, which occurred in the early hours of today, happened near the arena of the ascetics, where a massive crowd had gathered to take a holy dip on the most auspicious day of the 6-week festival. Eyewitnesses described the scene as chaotic, with people crying and bodies being taken away on stretchers, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi offering condolences to the families of the victims, stating that the local administration is working to manage the situation and provide assistance to those affected. Despite the tragedy, the festival is expected to continue, with officials urging pilgrims to exercise caution and allow and follow safety guidelines to avoid any further incidents. Russian President Vladimir Putin has stated that Ukraine could find a legal way to uphold peace with Russia, but claims that Moscow sees no willingness from Kiev to engage. Putin's comment come as the conflict between the two countries nears a 3-year mark. The Russian leader has questioned the legitimacy of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, saying that his term in office has expired and that he no longer has authority to sign documents. Ukrainian President Zelensky has dismissed Putin's statement, saying that the Russian leader is afraid of talks and seeking to prolong the war. Zelensky has maintained that he remains the legitimate president of Ukraine, despite Russia's claims to the contrary. The situation remains complex, with both sides showing no signs of backing down. The international community continues to call for a peaceful resolution to the conflict, but a lasting agreement remains elusive. The U.S. government is reviewing the national security implications of DeepSeek, a Chinese artificial intelligence app, with the National Security Council taking a close look at its potential impact. This comes after investors sold off tech stocks globally due to concerns that the low-cost Chinese AI model could threaten the market dominance of US-based AI leaders like OpenAI and Google. The White House is emphasizing the need for American companies to stay focused on competing and maintaining their AI dominance. President Trump has called the emergence of DeepSeek a wake-up call for U.S. industries to step up their game, and believes that if Chinese companies can create cheaper and faster AI technology, U.S. companies will follow suit. The U.S. has already imposed export restrictions on AI chips and equipment to slow down China's AI development, and is now urging American companies to take steps to prevent the spread of copycat models and maintain their competitive edge. That concludes the world news from JDN 101.5 FM, Joyce B. Road, Okeado, Ibadan. For more stories, follow us on all social media handles at JDN Radio 101.5 FM. The news was produced and edited by Olabode Makiwa, assisted by Oluwafemi Adeyemi. I am Joy Akinlulu. Thanks for staying with us.
You are listening to JDN 101.5 FM. Broadcasting for all.
Àjọgbọ́n ìròyìn láti JDN Radio 101.5 rédíò gbogbo wa.
Ẹ káàsán, ìròyìn àgbáyé ló ń dé sétí gbọ̀yìn láti ìkànnì JDN 101.5 FM lójú òpópónà Joyce B. Okeado nílùú Ìbàdàn. Ṣáájú ẹ̀gbọ́ kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn ọ̀hún. Àwọn àtìpó sàsálà fún ẹ̀mí wọn lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Rwanda lẹ́yìn tí rògbòdìyàn bẹ́ sílẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Congo. Ìtìní ní tìkùtì ṣekú pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní Mahal Kumbh Mela lórílẹ̀-èdè India. Ní báyìí ìròyìn ọ̀rẹ́ lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ látẹnu Aisha Toyedele. Ogunlọ́gọ̀ àwọn àtìpó tó fi mọ́ àwọn ológun ilẹ̀ Congo tí wọ́n ò jagun mọ́ àti àwọn tí wọn kò ríbi bá lọ ni wọ́n ti wọ ẹnu ààlà bodè Rwanda, èyí tí wọ́n fi ń béèrè fún ààbò wọn lẹ́yìn tí àwọn adìyàmúra gba ìlú tó súnmọ́ agbègbè Goma lásìkò tí ìró ìbọn tó ń dún lákọlákọ, èyí tí gbogbo wọn fi ń ṣàsálà fún ẹ̀mí wọn. Ní báyìí ilẹ̀ Rwanda ti ń gba wọn wọlé lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan èjèèjì sí ilẹ̀ rẹ̀ tí ọkàn àwọn èèyàn náà sì ti balẹ̀ báyìí. Ẹni tó jẹ́ aṣojú ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn tilẹ̀ Rwanda, Vincent Kenga, sọ pé àwọn ológun ilẹ̀ Congo tí wọ́n ń lọ bíi 120 ni wọ́n ti wọ Rwanda tí wọn yóò sì gba gbogbo nǹkan ìjagun wọn tí wọ́n ṣe ìforúkọsílẹ̀ tó ń ti ṣíṣe ìtọ́jú wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn àtìpó. Ẹ̀wẹ̀, àjọ ìṣọ̀kan àgbáyé jábọ̀ pé nínú oṣù kọkànlá ọdún tó kọjá àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ Congo ni wọ́n ti lé ní ìdá 16 tí wọ́n forúkọ sílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àtìpó tí gbogbo wọn ń lọ bí 1,450 ló lé pẹ́sẹ́pẹ́sẹ́ ni wọ́n ti wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Rwanda. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìtìní ní tìkùtì wáyé ní Mahal Kumbh Mela, èyí tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan gbòógì ọdún tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe táwọn èèyàn tí kò dín ní 7 pàdánù ẹ̀mí wọn táwọn tó ń lọ bíi 10 sì farapa ní orílẹ̀-èdè India. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ló wáyé láfẹ̀mọ́jú òní níbi tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ti fẹ́ gba oore ọ̀fẹ́, èyí tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára ọjọ́ nínú ọ̀sẹ̀ 6 ọdún náà. Ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ṣojú ṣàpèjúwe ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún bí èyí tó bani lọ́kàn jẹ́ pẹ̀lú bí àwọn ṣe ń gbé àwọn òkúta ara àwọn tó dágbére fáyé lójú ẹsẹ̀ ọ̀hún tí omi sì ń bọ́ pòròpòrò lójú àwọn èèyàn tó wà lágbègbè náà. Olóòtú ìjọba ilẹ̀ náà, Narendra Modi, ni ó ránṣẹ́ ìbánikẹ́dùn sí àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí wọn. Bákan náà ló ṣàlàyé pé ìjọba ẹsẹ̀ kùkú ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí rẹ̀ àti jẹ́ kí gbogbo nǹkan kó padà bọ̀ sípò tó ń ti ṣíṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún kàn. Lẹ́yìn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí, ọdún náà ní ìrètí wà pé yóò túbọ̀ máa tẹ̀síwájú. ẹ̀wẹ̀ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ààbò rọ àwọn olùjọ́sìn láti ṣe sùúrù tó ń ti títẹ̀lé ìlànà ààbò láti lè pinwọ́ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Russia Vladimir Putin ti sọ pé orílẹ̀-èdè Ukraine ni wọ́n wá ọ̀nà òfin láti sọ̀rọ̀ àlàáfíà pẹ̀lú ilẹ̀ rẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ààrẹ náà sọ wípé òun kò rí ìgbésẹ̀ kankan láti Kyiv. Putin tún tẹ̀síwájú pé ìjà ogun tó ń wáyé yìí ni ó ti ń lọ bíi ọdún mẹ́ta tó sì ní ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky ni ó ń sá ìṣèjọba rẹ̀ tí kò fẹ́ kí ogun náà kó parí tí ó sì láǹfààní láti tọwọ́ bọ̀ nítorí pé sáà ìṣèjọba rẹ̀ ti fẹ́ tẹnubodò. ní báyìí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Ukraine Zelensky ti wá sọ wípé káwọn èèyàn kọ tí ọ̀gbọ̀n sí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Russia sọ èyí tó ní ẹni ló ń bọ etí pé ẹ̀rù ló ń bà á láti fikùn lukùn pẹ̀lú òun tó sì ń sún pé ogun náà ló fẹ́ jẹ́ kó sún síwájú àti wípé òun gan sì ni ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Ukraine lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí. ìjọba ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ń ṣe àtúngbéyẹ̀wò ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò tó jẹ́ ti ilẹ̀ China. ẹ̀ka ayélujára tó jẹ́ olófòófó tilẹ̀ China pẹ̀lú ìgbìmọ̀ elétò ààbò orílẹ̀-èdè ọ̀hún láti jọ fi fojú wo ipa ẹ̀ka náà. ìgbésẹ̀ yìí ló yẹ kí ìgbà tí wọn yóò tí wọn yóò jọ ṣe àtúngbéyẹ̀wò rẹ̀ nítorí bí owó péréte tó yí wọ́n ṣe gbé ẹ̀ka ayélujára náà kalẹ̀. ní báyìí ilẹ̀ náà tẹnumọ́ ìdí tí iléeṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà gbọ́dọ̀ gbájúmọ́ ohun ètò tó ń ti ṣíṣe àtúnṣe sí ẹ̀ka AI. ààrẹ ilẹ̀ ọ̀hún sọ pé ìlú ò fararọ̀ tó sì ní ó yẹ kí gbogbo ilé-iṣẹ́ nílẹ̀ náà jígìrì sí ojúpọ̀ ayélujára èyí tí ilẹ̀ China bá lè ṣe ojúpọ̀ ayélujára kékeré ọ̀hún tó wò rè ògúnpá ó yẹ kí ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà náà tún lè ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. èyí ló pin ìròyìn àgbáyé fún ti ìkànnì JDN 101.5 FM. ẹ má gbàgbé láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láwọn ojúpọ̀ ẹ̀rọ wa gbogbo JDN Radio 101.5 FM. Ọlábọ̀dé Mákinwá lólóòtú ròyìn pẹ̀lú ìrànlọ́wọ́ Olúwafẹ́mi Adéyẹmí. Aishat Oyèdélé ló ti mú wá sétí gbọ̀yìn ẹ ṣé tẹ̀ǹtẹ̀ ti gbọ́ wá.
ó ń jálálá ó ń kúrìrì JDN Radio jákèjádò àgbáyé ni wọ́n ti ń jaládùn ẹ̀ JDN Radio.
Welcome back from World News. It's still Travel with Ease, your education and travel simplified on JDN Radio 101.5 FM. And on the second segment, we want to look at the book review segment. But before we go into the book review segment, if you have any country, African country, from all the country I've mentioned, you have any of your interest, you can call in, or you've gone to any of those country, you can let us know your experience by calling into the studio line 070-48001015. 070-48001015 and 080-2210-2163. Or you have questions you want to ask about the visa-free countries, visa on arrival, you can call in, or you have a contribution you want to add to what we've said on the visas, you can always call into the studio line and we'll be willing to take your contribution. So we'll move right to the second segment, which is the book review segment. And you know how we do it here. Before we go into the book review segment, we tell you reason I and you should constantly read books. And I'll be giving you a few of it because our time is far spent. And I will start by saying that when you read books, they are intellectually satisfied when you read book. So it is an intellectually satisfying activity that helps you. And book provides you with what we call spiritual experience, depending on the kind of book that you are reading. And book provide you with what we call emotional strength. There are some people that they are actually gradually drilling into depression. And when they read some books, they get themselves back. So books provide what we call emotional strength. And book builds your self-esteem. You are struggling with one or two things and you were able to grab or stumble on a book, you can definitely get your self-esteem. And book helps and encourage your imagination to soar. You are thinking of doing something and you think it can never be possible, and you've read a book on that. It will make your imagination soar. And that is what we're going to take on, a reason high, and you should always read books. And today, the book we'll be reviewing today is by Mohammed Shakel. The book is written by Mohammed Shakel. And the title of the book is The Psychology of Laziness. The Psychology of Laziness. You know, when I saw the book, I was like, is there something behind laziness? Yes, there is a psychology of laziness. There's always a psychology behind laziness, and that is what we'll be reviewing in this book today. So before we go dive into the book, let's look at a little about the author of the book. Now, the book, The Psychology of Laziness by Mohammed Shakel, is what we call a thought-provoking book that delves into the underlying psychological reasons behind laziness. The book is divided into 7 chapters. Now, each of these chapters tackles a specific aspect of laziness, including time management, goal setting, and overcoming procrastination. That is what the book is talking about. And one of the standard features of the book is that it has the ability to resonate with readers. You know, we have this habit, you know, we have some people, they can kind of put out a show that they can be very hardworking, but when it comes to laziness, you can give them 100 over 100. You understand? So there's always a psychology behind laziness. And before we do that, let's look at some takeaways from the book. Now, the book explores the psychological reasons behind laziness, and the book also offers what we call practical advice for overcoming it. So if you have found yourself in one situation or the other of being lazy, there is always a way to overcome laziness. And also, the book also praise what am I even saying? I'm looking at some points that I think that some people praise the writer of the book, that the content in that book is relatable with them, and the book has given them practical advices. Now, I was reading reviews from other people that have read the book, The Psychology of Laziness. So let's move down to the 20 points I got from this book, though you know we cannot take the whole of 20 points this afternoon, so I will just be giving us few, and we'll continue from where we stopped next week, Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on JDN Radio 101.5 FM. So one of the first key points from this book is that, do you know that laziness is an habit? Laziness is a habit. It is a habit. Why? Laziness is a learned behavior that can be unlearned with effort and practice. You started it one day and you can always end it in another time. So laziness is something you learned. You learned that, oh, if you don't want to do this, or you want to just make good use of your time, enjoy yourself, don't stress yourself, do this. So laziness is learned, is a learned behavior, and it can be unlearned with your effort and practice. And also, people become lazy because of fear of failure. Fear of failure. Now, the fear of failure is a major contributor to laziness. Now, as people often avoid taking actions due to fear of not succeeding, you want to start a business, but you are scared of going bankrupt. You want to start a business, but you are scared, are people going to turn up? You want to put up a show, but you are just scared. You just care. The fear of failure is what is affecting you, and at the same time, you become lazy. So those are the things, the psychology behind the laziness. And another key point is that we have people that are perfectionism. What do? They want perfection in everything, and they will tell you that we can't get something perfect, so don't let us do it. So a perfectionism can lead to laziness, as individuals may feel overwhelmed by the need to do something perfectly. You feel you need to do something perfectly, and you don't do it, and it turns to being lazy. Hello. Good afternoon. We lost that call. So we are still looking at the psychology of laziness by Mohammed Shakel. The number to call if the MTN number is not going through is 080-2210-2163 and 070-4800-1015. 070-4800-1015. You can call in, give us your experience, even about the book we are reading, The Psychology of Laziness. You can be part of the conversation, because right about now we have close to like 5 minutes to leave the program. So you can always, call in and put in your contribution. So we are still looking at the book for today, The Psychology of Laziness. So we've looked at laziness is a habit. It's something you've learned. It's something you can unlearn with your effort and practice. And also the fear of failure. Good afternoon. Hello? Wow, the network is actually doing us a strong thing today. I think you would be able to reach out to us before the end of this program. And if you cannot get back to us, you can drop your comment on Facebook, JDN Radio 101.5 FM, and on YouTube, JDN Radio 101.5 FM. Just comment on your program that you want to drop your comment. On Travel with Ease, it's on Facebook, JDN Radio 101.5 FM. So it's still Travel with Ease, and we are in the book review segment. So I'm going to stop here for today. We've picked 3 points: that laziness is a habit, that fear of failure, and perfectionism. All of these 3 we've looked at today. Try and work on it, because there's always a psychology behind not wanting to do something, especially when the fear of failure it's there. You feel that if you start it's not good. You've not started, and you started giving issues. You started giving what is going to happen, what if, and at the end of the day you don't get to do it. Why not do it and get rid of that laziness? All right, so we're going to call it a wrap on the book review segment on Travel with Ease, your education and travel simplified. And I want to say thank you to the producer of this program, Yeye Bisi Durosharo, and I want to say thank you to the management for the opportunity, Joy Akinlulu, Aishat Oyedele, Olabode Makiwa, and also the studio engineer that have made this today's episode a reality, Bolade Osho, and also those in charge of the transmitter that has given us the opportunity for you to be able to hear us loud and clear. We are looking at Kayode Olawi and Big Ben. And also I want to say special thanks to Korede for handling the social media for you to see us on Facebook. We say thank you. We say thank you to everyone that has been listening to us on JDN Radio 101.5 FM.